Imagine the exact second you make that final payment. You refresh the app, and the balance finally hits zero. The tension breaks. For the first time in years, you aren't working just to pay for things you already bought. You're finally free from payments. Your brain immediately looks for a reward. You've been disciplined for months, and now that the debt is gone, you feel like you can finally afford to upgrade. You look at a nicer apartment, you start browsing car listings. You feel you finally made it. But here is the harsh truth. Having a net worth of zero is a dangerous place to be. You feel wealthy because the bleeding stopped, but you have no foundation. If you celebrate by increasing your lifestyle, you are one flat tire or one medical bill away from falling right back into the same debt cycle you just escaped. To understand why, we have to look at the math of 2026. The median household income is currently hovering around $88,000 a year. On paper, that sounds like enough to build a life. This chart shows the reality. After taxes and insurance, that median income leaves you with about $5,600 a month in take-home pay. But the average household expense baseline has climbed to $6,883. A massive chunk of that, $2,300, goes to housing. When you add up groceries, utilities, and transportation, most households are effectively running a deficit or living on a razor's edge. In this environment, the margin for error is non-existent. If you have $5,000 in a brokerage account, but $0 in a savings account, an emergency forces you to sell your stocks at a loss or put the bill on a credit card at 29% interest. Because of these tight margins, a high income cannot save you if your sequence is wrong. Even someone earning double the median will stay broke if they try to build the top of the house before the foundation is poured. The math shows that the order of your moves determines your survival. Most people treat wealth like a destination you reach by working harder. It isn't. It's a 5-step algorithm that must be executed in order. You cannot skip a step because you're bored or because you feel like you're falling behind. Step 1 is your defense. You need a 3 to 6 month emergency fund. Based on 2026 expenses, that is roughly $20,000 to $40,000 sitting in a liquid savings account. This money is not for spending. It is a shield. If you don't have this cash baseline, you don't actually own your life. The bank does. Without it, one layoff or one recession mathematically guarantees you return to high-interest debt just to keep the lights on. Step 2 is about stopping the leaks. You must kill any high-interest debt, anything above 8%. Credit cards and personal loans are designed to consume your future earnings. Paying them off provides a guaranteed return on your money that no stock market can match. Steps 1 and 2 are about reaching a state of stability. You aren't building wealth yet. You are simply making sure that when you do start, the ground doesn't crumble underneath you. Once the leaks are plugged, you move to step 3. You begin directing capital into retirement accounts, IRAs, and index funds. This is where you purchase assets that generate their own income. In this step, your dollars begin to acquire shares in the global economy. Instead of your money being consumed by interest rates, payment, the next car, or your kid's education, you are building specific buffers so that these large life events don't disrupt your investment engine in step 3. Following this sequence creates a system where your income is used to buy time. You move from a position where a single paycheck determines your survival to a position where your past decisions fund your future needs. The reason most people fail is step 5, lifestyle upgrades. This is the fancy car, the luxury vacation, and the designer clothes. Most people try to do step 5 as soon as they get a raise or as soon as they finish step 2. If you increase your lifestyle before you have completed the first 4 steps, you are making a massive mathematical error. You are choosing a temporary dopamine hit over permanent financial security. Look at what happens to the math when you bypass the foundation to fund step 5. Your fixed costs rise. This shrinks your monthly margin even further. If a crisis hits, the entire structure crumbles because there are no savings or investments to catch you. Upgrading your lifestyle before you have strictly secured the correct sequence ensures that you will remain trapped on the treadmill. It doesn't matter if you make $200,000 a year. If your expenses rise at the same rate as your income, you are still one bad month away from ruin. To win in 2026, you have to stop looking at your paycheck as spending money. Your paycheck is raw capital. Its only job is to be filtered through these 5 steps until the foundation is so solid that the interest on your investments pays for your lifestyle. True wealth isn't about the car you drive. It is the peace of mind that comes from knowing that if you didn't work for a year, your life wouldn't change. That only happens if you respect the order. Here's how you start. First, set up an automatic transfer of $200 a month into a high-yield savings account. Second, find one recurring subscription you don't use and cancel it today. Third, calculate your exact monthly burn rate by adding up every single expense. Fourth, increase your 401k contribution by just 1%. Fifth, move your credit cards out of your wallet and into a drawer. Sixth, commit to the 30-day rule. Wait 1 month before buying anything over $100. The difference between those who struggle and those who thrive is the discipline to follow the math when it feels slow. The sequence works if you let it. If you're ready to get the order right, subscribe to the channel. Now go to the comments and tell me, which step are you currently working on? I want to see where you are in the process.